It's just Sergeant.
I could have just done it while we could. I could have still done it while.
All right, ready?
All right.
Sergeant! What it do, y'all? We're back at it. One more game, episode 10 of Got Caught Thinking. The boy Louis D, Ocho the video game, Chester Caesar, and Danley the Manly. Episode 10, I said that again, but we're back at it. One more game. There's two more games.
What episode is this?
It's episode 10.
Third time.
Wait, which one?
Four. Well, anyways, just right off the rip, I wanted to bring up Biden, bro. Where my money at, dog?
Bruh,
I done made purchases already.
Facts.
I'm in the negatives.
Facts. Money, bro.
I need that stimmy. I need that stimmy right now, bro.
They said some people already started getting it, and they're gonna get it this weekend. I still ain't have it yet.
I've been checking like every 15 minutes.
My man,
Honestly.
my man, starving.
Starving, bro. I need the
Yeah,
money.
haven't been all week.
You haven't got it either?
No. Well, I haven't. No, I checked yesterday, but I don't think it came in today, so I doubt it.
I haven't
no.
got it.
I haven't got it either. I've been checking once a day. I have seen online. There's a trend going around of people like
Meeting
showing
up.
their stimmy,
Uh-huh.
like hitting their account, and they're at a drive-through somewhere. Some dude was at McDonald's. He was like, "You see that stimmy?" And he showed the deposit. And the drive-through lady asked what he wants. He's like, "Bring me the clown."
Very loud. You get all well.
Oh, Wendy's, bring me the girl.
Wendy's, hey.
Bring me Wendy.
But it's you know what else has been stupid?
Nah, she's fine. Hold up.
You gotta cut that out, bro.
I gotta come clean. She's fine. Hold
I
up.
don't know what's happening.
Anyways.
You know what else has been stupid that I noticed on the way over here, bro? Gas prices are stupid high. Like you're giving us $1,400 to spend on gas.
Facts.
It's
It's all going to gas.
They reopened everything up and they're like, everybody's gonna go out. They're gonna be spending gas. We can give them stimulus.
That's why they opened everything up.
That's why they waited to give us the stimulus this late. They're wait. Got caught. Biden got caught, boy. Got
And
caught.
cheeks over, dog.
I haven't seen Biden at all.
Me either. He hasn't done
What's he
anything.
doing?
He doesn't talk too much like Trump would.
That's the
At
thing.
all.
I mean, do you like it now? Do you like the difference in presidency? That a silenced person who's lying to you or a person who's lying to your face?
I just think it's a little bit more, if anything, respectful, I guess. Having Trump up there like as our leader, and there were some things I agreed with Trump, some things, but for the most part, it's just like you're so dumb. Like that one time he went up and he made fun of that reporter, and he was like,
Oh yeah.
like what are you doing, bro? You're like 60.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's supposed to be the president.
Yeah, and you're the president of the United States.
And
Like,
people
what are
thought
you
it was
doing?
funny, bro. That's the worst part of it. Like,
Yeah.
people were like,
Kinda-
it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, it's funny, but like, it's not behavior you should expect from the
Yeah.
president.
Yeah.
That's what like.
It's a comedian's job to make you laugh, not
Bro.
the president.
Facts.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Although Obama was pretty lit though.
Obama was fun.
He was chill,
He,
bro.
but like he knew time and place. Like
Yeah.
you know, he would like the commencement dinners. He would crack some jokes.
He was
you know.
professional
He was
with
yeah,
it.
he was professional about it.
Let me be clear. Let me be clear. Michelle and I.
Michelle.
Michelle. All right.
Who's the first lady?
Jill Biden.
Jill?
Dr.
Jill.
Jill Biden.
Joe and Jill
Yeah.
went up the hill.
Yeah.
I don't even know what she looks like.
What are you gonna do with that stimmy? What are you gonna do with that stimmy?
But
Once you get it, cause we ain't get it yet.
say
A good amount of it is going to savings.
You know he lying.
I mean, yeah.
No, like out of the
It's
1400,
just a boring.
definitely
yeah.
for sure 800 is going in savings for sure, maybe more. But I'm gonna splurge. I haven't treated myself in a minute. I want to go treat myself. Go get
I haven't bought clothes.
So what's
Go get
that
some clothes.
600? Because 800 is for
800 for sure is going to
yeah.
savings.
So 600
I'm
for
gonna
you.
I'm gonna splurge a little bit.
Uh.
If I have like if out of the 600 that I have 200 left over, I'm gonna save the 200. I don't want to pay any of my student loans because Biden promised.
You heard about this good time.
He's paying for
He's like, I got some time.
He said 50. No, well then he came out and said, nah, ain't no 50,000.
Psych, I lied.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna get no. Still gonna give me loan.
Yeah. I think he's trying to work on 10,000.
Just trying to get 10,000.
10,000, which I mean is something.
Is that per person?
per person?
And
Whoever
is I haven't heard anything about the bill or anything like that, but is there the same stigma on like the big companies taking over, or is there no they're not paying the companies like for their for them to be closed? Because I mean, yeah, because now they're not being closed. Because you know how like when
That's
the Trump did it.
Texas though.
No, because like whenever Trump gave out the stimmy, the companies were taking advantage of it and were taking more money like from the government and all that. Like, has any heard on that from Biden?
No.
What?
Like bailing out big companies?
Pretty much, yeah. Exactly.
No, but I mean,
like
they're
the
probably doing that
airport
behind
and
the
all that.
scenes.
And yeah, so it's like, because you know how they were like mad, like, how can you bailing out the airport? And like, well,
You're only giving us this much money.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
sucks because he like as soon as he said he was like as soon as I'm president it's $2,000.
Cap.
Yeah, he was like it's $2,000 reoccurring, and then now it took forever, like a couple months. He was like as soon as I'm president, and it's been like 2 months. It's only been 1,000, like 1,400.
And he can't even use the excuse of like, well, you know, it takes time because you
Yeah,
were vice,
the
bro.
Senate,
You know
yeah.
how long it was gonna take you.
Yeah, and then they have like the Senate and the House, Democrat and the presidency. So they have everything. It's not like they can be like, oh, with the Republicans, like, bro, you got the majority. You know, you can't. Like, why you complaining? You've always wanted this, and now you get it, and you don't do what you wanted to
The
do.
thing is, this is going to be our third steamy in a whole year since COVID started.
Yeah.
And technically,
I
it's
think
just
it's
part of
been
the
a year.
second.
Was
Yeah,
it
because
total
it was
four?
only 600. What the last one?
Yeah.
So it's 4,000, right?
Yeah,
Like,
4,000
in
for a
total.
year.
4?
I mean, like, it was 2,000
2,000
first,
the
didn't
first
it?
time.
Or
The first
how
one
much-
was 2,000.
How much was it?
No, it was 1,200.
1,200.
Yeah,
Second
okay, that's
was
what it was.
600.
Oh, dang, it was 1,200. I thought it was 2,000.
Yeah,
So we
that's
got
what I
about-
thought in mine.
We
But
got
nah.
basically $3,000.
It's been years since Roma
A year.
started.
For a year.
$1,000 every 3 months. $300 a month.
I can go back
$100 a
so
week.
That was a week.
They wildin', bro. They wildin' super hard.
We got to cancel Biden, bro.
We gotta
We got to do.
get Kamala Harris out there.
Oh my god.
He's about to start
We
a war.
did it,
We did it.
Yeah, have you heard anything from her too? Like she was
She
supposed to be more
yeah.
public about
Yeah.
it too, but
I think she low key behind the scenes, bro.
I
she,
think
she finna get.
She's
like,
running everything, and then Biden's gonna get, well, not get killed, but he's gonna get cut, and then Kamala Harris gonna come up. That's my prediction.
But well, yeah, but how is she gonna be in office is the question. Is she gonna come like different face,
Yeah.
or is she gonna be like?
So that way they can just blame it on Biden once he gets killed. Like, oh, it's because Biden he got cut. Something happened. But anyway, what you gonna do with your
Conspiracy.
streaming?
Oh yeah.
So using little Chester savings by PS5. I know that's. I heard it came out. The restock came out, and then it was sold out like with.
Well, that's why Biden was also fighting for. They're like, okay, we need these people to spend this money, so they're like, we're gonna work on the PS5 to come out, and we're gonna freaking up the gas prices. They're like, we gotta work.
Nah, bro. I used to fill up my car with $20, and I was like 37.
Yeah.
Like,
You said 27?
like around 27.
Mine,
What kind of car you driving?
A Honda, bro.
Online?
And they go with gas.
Yeah. I used to fill up with about 25, 24, 25 from
25 too.
basically zero. Bro, I hit 34 when I was
Yo,
pumping
for
gas
real?
yesterday.
That thing hurt.
Yeah.
I was like, what you doing? Where you stop?
Yeah, because it used to be like one.
Once
It
it
used to
goes
be
over
like
30
one something. So like now it's a whole dollar more.
Yeah.
It's like
Like once it was
too
getting
much
to high,
twice.
once it was getting to high 190s, it was like, hey,
Yeah.
you gotta
Calm down,
cut
bro.
down. It hit 2 and you're like, man, I'm not going to the gas station. I know there's like 190 something.
I can use my Kroger's card. Get a couple
But now
cents
it's like
off.
230, 240 is like that. 250?
50. It's right now it's like 255, I think.
Nah, bro. Whenever the Rona started, it was like 90 cents or something. It was.
Yo,
it was
it was
awesome.
super cheap.
It was
And the
so
streets were
cool.
clear.
I was picking up everybody.
That was the best time
Who you picking?
of my life.
You were picking up people during the
Dude, what were
What's
you?
wrong with you?
pandemic.
I was going out. I was living a life.
Cruising.
I mean, whenever I was going out, I'd be like, hey, bro, you need a ride?
I got gas.
I got you.
Yeah,
You only got picture
Give
gas.
me about $3.
$3 gas
I
money.
got
I got you
I
all
took you
week.
downtown.
I got you all week.
What are you going to do with this stimmy? asking other people what they're gonna do.
I don't know. I was gonna go camping.
Camp.
Well, I wanted to go on vacation. I need to get out of the city, but I started looking up like different state parks around Texas, like places to visit. And I found like this park up like by Austin. It's like Colorado Bend State Park, and it looks really nice. So I don't know. I just wanted to, just after a while, just disconnect, and, like just get out. So.
When was the last time you went out? Well,
we went to Colorado like,
Yes.
October. That was the last time. Was it October, November?
October 20 something.
Yeah, and it's just like
you already want to leave.
Yeah,
Well,
It just felt good being away from home for a while.
Right?
It's just something new.
It
something
feels
fresh.
good just like leaving everything behind for a bit. Just like get distracted.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I'm probably gonna go with him too, cause I too want to take a vacation, even though.
Is he a good camper?
Who? He does everything. That's why I like him.
I'm the man. I'm the man when it comes
What's
to the
everything?
man.
He Bear
Like
Grylls.
he set up a
100%.
tent. Like he puts up a fire. He catches frogs. Like my dude. He
Catches
sets up
frogs,
traps.
Get
He
your
sets up traps.
raccoons.
If I'd be like, Sergio, catch me a frog. He'd be like,
For what? You eat it?
you got a frog legs?
Do you really eat it?
Bro, for real, you never
eat
had frog
frog
legs?
Like y'all made them?
No.
Like y'all caught the frog and made frog legs?
No.
No, but then again, you could.
You
I
could,
mean,
yeah, like
the
anything.
heat pretty much kills. all
Wait, so
the
why were
material.
y'all catching frogs if y'all?
It's just to talk, D. We don't really catch frogs, bro. Who catches frogs?
Bro, can you imagine?
He's like, he just does.
Why you lying?
Like, he just does it. Like, he's just, that's why because he does the thing. That I'm like, I don't want to be catching frogs.
And this is why we can't joke with Lewis. He takes everything too serious.
God.
I was at because he was like, "Oh,
Jesus.
you out here catching frogs for what?"
No, who catches frogs?
No one makes sense. Damn. Dang.
Y'all see why we can't have this dude around?
Why would I think that was a joke?
It's just the time. Oh, well, I don't even finish. That was like, it's like Ocho. But I think we're also going with family too.
Yeah. I mean, we're just probably gonna spend it on camping. We're probably gonna go rent out of the cabin or something.
Yeah.
Go travel
Yeah.
and sightseeing and stuff. And that.
They have like a waterfall there too. It's good.
Where at? Where y'all
What
I know camping, but where?
by Austin.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, somewhere south.
do
Because we would go Tyler a lot and up north, and it's only like an hour.
And Tyler
or something.
sucks, bro. Ooh, stop
But
going to Tyler.
it's
If you're in
overrated.
Texas, stop going to Tyler.
That's
the
his
worst.
opinion. I mean,
Overrated.
It sucks.
What don't you like about Tyler?
Huh?
What don't you like about Tyler?
the frog.
It's so basic.
The frog catching.
They don't got good frogs. Have you tasted the frogs there?
No. Y'all ate Tyler
It's
frogs?
sour.
Bro,
What don't you like about y'all? You
It's
don't like
just
Tyler
small.
camping, or you don't like?
We've already
the
been
little-
there. That's the thing. It's like, oh,
Been
we
there
already
too
been there
many
once.
times.
It's like, all right.
and it's
you
just
know.
a lake. Like it's just.
Yeah,
And
there's
that's
really
the
not
thing.
much there. It's really just
Wait,
like
I mean, I
the
don't
small lake and then the camping. I don't know. It's really not much to do. But we've been there multiple times for years. So, like, let's try something new.
I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah, in a while, but you've been there plenty of times,
I've
though.
been there
Oh.
probably like 3-4 times.
It's because Jonathan, he likes going there. So we go there.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, he hates it. Daniel, he would always be like, we would always be like, Lake, Tyler, Lake, and he'd be like, no. But he would sometimes more eventually go.
I would
If
go,
it'd be
but I don't
like
know.
celebrating like a birthday or whatever, he'd be like, fine. But
Yeah.
we would go, I mean, pretty much like 10, 12 times, but
We used to go a lot. Jonathan used to, because he likes cooking. Carne.
grilling, you know.
Yeah, so Blake, the kids, Allie and David.
Which, I mean, it's close lake, so it's, an hour, 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, and then this one's 4 hours away. So we've never been, so hopefully, explore, walk around, do a little hiking.
I don't like lakes that much. Like I'll go, but it'll never be like.
You like it,
I won't want to go out of my way to be like, hey, let's go to this lake. Like if I'm gonna go somewhere, if I was in the mood to like go to the beach or go like swimming and camping or stuff like that, I would want to go like somewhere like Florida or something.
You want to go, you like...
Yeah, because
Maybe Cali.
I don't know any here in Texas, like any good spots. Like I know Texas is huge and stuff, but I've never.
That's the thing, because
But, yeah.
Texas is huge. There has to be something
got nothing.
good in Texas. But because me and my brother Jonathan, we we were going through. No, you weren't there. You were, yeah, you were there. We went to the Goatman Bridge because it was like it's just like a haunted bridge that's in Denton, and it's like where there's been a couple like paranormal groups like the Newsfeed, the BuzzFeed, and like other like they go up like they go to Ghost Adventures.
It's
like,
a sightseeing.
it's like a tourist type thing.
Tourist attraction.
Yeah, tourist attraction like ghost type.
It's just called Goatman.
The Goatman Bridge.
Goatman
Yeah.
Bridge.
And
You never heard of
it?
No.
No, so yeah.
We went there, we're hiking, and then just like I was like, man, this is nice.
But
like,
what? Tell them what happened or the story. Yeah, not the story of what happened to us. What happened at the bridge? What is the Goatman?
What happened?
Yeah.
The Goatman Bridge. All right, so the Goatman Bridge is so there was this guy. He had a farm. There was this black guy who had a farm up in Denton. At the time, it was like 1960 or something. The KKK didn't like him having a farm. They're white first. They get this man, and they hang him on that bridge, and it was already originally called the Goatman Bridge because that was how you get to his house. To like he had milk and like, cheese and stuff. He had goats, but they didn't like him having that farm, so they ended up hanging him there. And the story is that when they hung him, when they went down to retrieve his body from the bridge, is that he was no longer there. Like his body was just missing.
The news was still there, but
they just found the news there.
Yeah. And the reason is that bridge is because since it was on his way to his farm, he had a sign up on the bridge saying the Goatman's farm, up ahead or whatever. And then the white people would see it and they're like, we don't want that sign there, and so
that's why they hung him on that bridge to kind of like further. Like the scare tactic.
And does he like haunt the bridge or?
Supposedly, that's the story. And we actually went there once, and that was actually like the more we go to like a trail,
It got weird.
It gets like creepy. It's like something about this is weird. So we just like headed back.
Get that weird.
because we do go at night. Well, we went twice. I mean, we went with Jonathan and with Caesar.
Yeah, we went alone. We went together,
and both of them were dark times, right? When we went
it was Sunday.
It was like 3 o'clock.
But we did get lost though.
Right,
we
got lost.
followed. There's a trail that we followed, and we ended up in the middle of like nothing but like grass.
There's like
Yeah,
a
there was no
trail.
trail. It disappeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, like we were following a
yo.
trail, and then all of a sudden, like we were just in the middle of like the forest. And it was like,
And that's what we got.
how do we get
scared.
back? And like,
Yeah,
there's no trail back to how we, like.
There's no
Yeah, I was like, how did we get here? I was like, I don't know. We just walked back.
Yeah, we kind of just.
And,
like,
since it's right next to a road, we kind of just heard the cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So we weren't lost, but it's kind of weird that we were following the trail and then we were like in the middle of no trail. We're like, oh, okay.
And I'm guessing you guys knew it was called the Goatman Bridge before
Yeah.
y'all went there.
Yeah, that's why we went.
Because of
Because
that,
of
he
me.
told
Yeah,
us.
I've heard about it before. I think I'd been in Denton, and then like I've heard like somebody's like, oh, you got to check out this place called the Goatman Bridge, and it's like because they go to it's a college town, so I had some friends that were like, oh, it's like a legend here in Denton, the Goatman Bridge, and then like I heard about it and I was like, oh, let's check it out, and it was like kind of creepy too when we went, and I was like, this is a little weird.
Yeah, and the second time they went with Jonathan actually, like, because we went at night. Well, not night. It was just dark out. It was like 7 or 8,
it was
9.
like 7.
It's on, yeah, 8. But the fact that we also read up into it, and it said like it was known for like satanic rituals and all this nonsense. And so when we were walking past it, some guy was like sitting there in the bridge,
Hey, yo.
and then we were walking up. There was like people walking around the trail or whatnot, so it wasn't like us alone and this random guy or whatever. It wasn't like
there was people.
It was
walking
just a
around,
guy
yeah.
there, but we were walking
People
up,
fishing too.
and there's graffiti on the bridge. So we were reading it, and then the guy's like, "Hey, are you guys religious? Cause I'm about to do something stupid. You might gonna want to leave." And we're like, "What?"
We're like,
And
"We're out."
Yeah, we're like, "Okay, we're out of here." And we just kept walking. We're like, "No, forget." And then we heard them like scream something. We're like,
Yeah, they were taunting. They were taunting the ghost.
You just screamed something.
He was screaming at the ghost, the ghost man. He was like yelling, cursing him out and stuff. I was like that's stupid. But it was like stupid kids because it was like there's people fishing and like there's like it wasn't that big of a deal, but they were just kind of like we want to because it was kind of late, so they were kind of like.
It just makes it a little upward later.
Like people were doing that. Like,
And you said when y'all went, y'all had like an eerie feeling like being there, right?
yeah, like the first time we went, it was like it's not even really the bridge. I don't know.
This is
it was a bad.
It wasn't even the bridge. Like when you go in the trail, like the deeper you go, it's like I'm about to.
But yeah, because it's like it becomes like a little forest. It's not even like.
I think we saw like horse trail, like horse marks on the
Hoof mark,
ground.
yeah,
hoof
there's
mark
like
or something like that.
Yeah, it was like horses.
You're like, bro,
And
who
a
raised
trail?
horses here. Like,
But it is Texas.
But
Yeah.
facts. Nah. But that is like there was
But
there
yeah.
was horse poop too. So
I
It was
know
pretty
it's-
obvious.
A ghost horse poop.
you seen horse poop?
It's a pile of poop, like literally a big old
Don't
pile. of
most
poop.
animals have piles?
No,
Like
not.
shoes.
It's
Like
like,
cows?
It's like hayish.
yeah, it's and it's
like,
balls,
Yeah.
and they're like droplets.
They're like squished.
Like
balls
literally, yeah, literally like big droplets like this into a pile.
And
Or
we
if
know-
they walk.
You never seen a horse poop?
No.
You never seen a horse?
I've never seen poop.
Okay, that's
No, I've never seen
Have you
horse
seen a
poop.
duck the size of a horse?
Hey,
No.
bring it up, bro. Wait, so like, do you think? So I want to ask, do you think that if y'all didn't know the story of that y'all still would have felt like, this feels weird? here?
Nah, like I feel like it was still a weird forest, like, cause I really wasn't thinking. I didn't really reach much to the story. I just heard the Goldman Bridge.
Yeah.
Like I didn't look much into it the first time we went. It was just like the Goldman Bridge. You gotta check it out. I was like, oh, okay, check it out. It was like a thing. So we go there. We check and see the. I was like, oh, it's like a trail. It's like a little thing. I was like, oh, this little college kids go to. Like I don't know, whatever. But it gets like weird as you go. I was like,
And the reason why it gets more weird too is because it looks abandoned. It doesn't look like a trail that you would go to and run to or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there's like as soon as there's a parking lot. So as soon as you park, there's already a fence, like one of those big old gates that open up double like that. It's closed, so it kind of shows that you can't go in there, but it's an open trail. And like so you go in there and then there's empty like benches that have been graffitied on with spray paint and like no table, and then you go in and the bridge is also spray painted all with words and all this, so it's like it makes it, all the trees have like smiley face or whatever, like it makes it eerie.
So
Right.
people go and
Yeah.
put that stuff
Yeah.
because
yeah, it's supposed to be on, so they just go and mess with
Well, so I think that's the thing with urban legends and myths like that. That is, I think it's more like the story behind places and certain things that make it like
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people just keep on bringing it up and like, oh, did you hear this story?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's one, I don't know if you guys heard of like the Jersey Devil, but so I actually looked into it, and it's like, so from back to like 17 like hundreds, back since like the colonial times of like, cause like New Jersey was like a colony. They said that there was reports of like, they said they found like not found, but there was like this creature that's been like killing like livestock and stuff. And they said they've seen pictures, like they've seen the creature, and like it has glowing red eyes, and it's like a cryptoid.
From Jersey?
Yeah, from Jersey. It's called the Jersey Devil.
Valid, bro.
That devil valid.
It's an invalid.
He's sturdy.
No, from Jersey, and it's weird because they said like he looks like it's like a goat with wings, but like it's like a, I don't know, because you see there's pictures of it, but it looks like it's like a regular goat. Someone put wings on it, just like throw it up in the air. It just looks like a regular, it's a New Jersey Devil. But the thing with it is like it's like there's stories from even like generals, like sheriffs, like local townspeople that they said they seen this creature, and like they said like it doesn't, they said they hadn't killed like any human, like killed anything, like humans have done anything, but they see kill like deer, going
Like
to
the chupacabra
farms, yeah,
type?
like livestock, like like a chupacabra type thing, yeah, like a chupacabra of the United States. But like there's reports from it, like from back in the colonial times, like they said there was this guy, a captain, who was like going in a ship. He went like to where he has the food and stuff storage, and he said there was like a creature there, like resembled like it was like a goat, but it had wings, and it was like this tall creature, and it was like eating and stuff, and he shot it with like a bullet.
Flare gun?
Yeah, no, like a flare. It was like old times.
A
revolver?
So it was one of those that had like a little cannon, like a little small cannon.
Musket?
Like a musket, yeah. Like he shot it with a musket, and it didn't do anything to it. The reload time on it.
No, but that, I mean,
Yeah,
that
then he
sounds like
shot
the
it.
devil's shadow. I mean,
Yeah.
Satan's shadow.
Yeah.
Did
So-
did he have quick reload equipment?
No.
Yes.
Quick go perk. Running around the map. No, but the thing is, so like,
just run around it.
and then the story is that there was this lady, Lean family, some Lean lady. She had like 12 kids already, and it was like the 13th kid, and she was like tired of it. So she cursed the kid when she was like when she was giving birth. She was like, I'm tired of having these kids. So she cursed the kid, and and then when the kid came out, it was like it started growing like horns and like got wings and like got a tail, and like it just like it started growing like into like a demon, like a looked like a devil, like you know, like a devil with
Satan
horns, like
type.
Satan type, yeah. And like it got out of there and it ran out through a chimney into the forest, which is like in New Jersey and like Philadelphia and stuff.
Oh nah.
But yeah, but like they said, like people have seen it, like and there's pictures of it. But they just, I don't know.
I wouldn't put hands on that baby to pray.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oops.
But well,
Yeah, but that's the New Jersey. That's what it is. Like,
So that's still a thing today.
yeah,
that's
and like
still going on.
yeah, and it becomes like like a legend type thing because even the New Jersey hockey team is New Jersey Devils. It's like it's worldly known.
I didn't know that.
Like it's known throughout the U.S. like of the New Jersey Devil, and like even now, people go up there and they say they see like a creature, like a goat type creature, like going
That's
around.
scary.
Yeah.
imagine it just being like a raggedy homeless dude. Hey, that's a good dude.
This is all like, oh, yeah.
Has a like old Halloween, like just horns just hanging for no reason, and
Not
people
even
are thinking
horns.
like, oh,
They're
damn.
cat girl ears. They put on.
That's
Oh, he's just walking around picking up trash.
You guys know of any
Yeah.
other legends or no?
I know about one, but it's not like it's not like monster or like
Yeah.
Bigfoot-ish or stuff like that.
I don't
but
like those, but
It was so there's this thing that's gone around forever, and what's crazy is when I looked it up, I didn't know it traced back to like early 1900s, like the early 1900s.
So it was recent.
Kind of.
oh,
Like
100 years is reason.
I mean, not like from his story,
Mine's-
like from
that's
the
like-
1700s.
that's 300
That's
years.
that's
Oh,
old.
yeah.
That's
but
more
I mean,
recent.
like, so
Comparison, yes.
whenever I'm about to tell you what it is, and for you to think, man, 100 years ago.
Witches?
Well, actually, I don't think it was 100 years ago. I might be tripping. When was the car made?
1800s.
Like 300.
18?
Yeah.
Late 1800s.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
late
So it was like early 1900s or so. There's this thing that's gone around forever about cars driving without their headlights on. And have you ever seen a car like at night or evening or whatever driving down without their headlights on?
Yeah.
Have you ever flashed at them?
Yeah.
So they say supposedly that it's supposed to be gang initiation, that certain gangs will go and they'll say, okay, look, hey, we're gonna drive. They'll take new members and they say, we're gonna drive with our headlights off. The first person to flash their headlights, we gotta bust a Yui, and you gotta go either rape or kill that person, and that's gonna be your initiation. And it's gotta be at random, so whoever flashes their light at you. And stories have gone around about that like forever, to the point where even like news has talked about it, like don't flash your headlights at cars.
I've heard about it too.
And it's supposedly what has come up is that it's bull jive. No gangs have said, that's what we do. But then again,
That's
why
what
would
gangs
gangs
do.
say that? Why would gangs say
Oh, we're the ones that do it, bro.
that-
Just-
Why should we trust a gang?
But can you imagine? just like, because I know y'all have done it, flash your headlights at
Yeah.
somebody.
It's annoying.
I do it.
especially
I
at
do it
night.
for everything that I see wrong. I'm like, you're wrong.
You know what I do, bro? Whenever, and most of the time it won't be that they have their high beams on, but people with those super bright, obnoxious headlights, especially because I live in the suburbs.
Truck drivers.
When I see them like in my neighborhood or whatever, I'll turn on my high beams and I keep them on, and I'll kind of
Yeah.
like
Tell-
flinch at them like,
yeah.
ugh, with my high
Yeah.
beams on,
And-
because I'm like, you're an idiot.
and-
like, why?
Now the thing is not necessarily the high beam, like the light. It's the fact that
Yeah.
whenever people install it, they install it because it has to be facing. Yeah, it has to be facing down. Like all the cars have to be facing down, but the lights they always face it up. So any little glare that you get is literally facing
Gets in
at
the
your
back.
face.
Not only that,
and
yeah,
it's
but
like-
there's some really, really bright ones that
Yeah,
people
yeah,
put
yeah,
on there
for
for
sure,
no
for sure,
reason.
yeah.
I'm about to put your brother out there, bro. When your brother put put those.
Oh, the white
headlights.
ones?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, why?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, because when we go down the country roads, I'm like, you live in the suburbs, bro. You don't live in the country.
Yeah, but then like I mean, yeah, it makes sense for sure. But then like it would help like my mom. She was like vision impaired, not
Especially
like
at
too
night,
bad.
yeah.
But it, like it'll help like the sign. She would always be like, oh, what the sign is that? But then with the lights, she'd be like, oh, you know, I know what's.
It does help
you
with
know.
the sign.
So
I
yeah, but
don't think it's
but
necessary.
for sure,
I don't think
it's
ever necessary. I hate it. I hate seeing those super flash. Especially like I said, because I live in the suburbs and people park like right on the outside their houses.
that's what
A lot of times you have to like squeeze through, and it's like I
That's-
can't see,
that's,
bro.
That's a problem that I have now with new cars. That how come whenever you don't put it in park, the lights go into park mode? Like,
Yeah,
why do
park
they still have
lights.
to stay on high beam? Like, you have to go back to park. Because
Yeah.
if you're parked and you have those lights, you literally can't let anybody
Yeah, you gotta
come
park the
through.
lights.
And I hate that. But
Yeah.
anyways, back to gangsters
Yeah.
speeding up.
No, but yeah,
No, I heard about that too. Like my dad told me about. Well, this was back in Mexico. That's why I kind of believed it.
Oh dang.
Well, like he said, like in Mexico there was like the narcos, the cartel. They would. That's how they would do like gang initiations. Like they
Yeah.
would drive like. If you just drive out with your lights and if someone flashes their lights at you, you go and kill them. And I was like, I don't know, because that seems kind of believable for like narcos and the cartel in Mexico. That like they just do that for no reason.
I mean,
So that's why I kind of now I like when I drive like I think twice about it. Like I see a car, I'm like,
I just let them be.
But then, yeah, but I'm like that's a stupid thing. Like who like that's probably just a regular person and that they just because like, I know like new cars they have the LED light up already side on there. Like my old car, I can't see anything without it. Like I have to actually turn the lights on. But I know new cars they already turn on by themselves. So like I try and flash the colors.
so
What you
that's the
doing?
thing that you don't do now that you know that story.
No, I
or-
still
you
do it. I wish
Yeah.
they would.
Not turn the lights on.
I flash my lights.
So you're
at
not
everybody,
scared of
bro.
this legend
I ain't
that
scared
you've
of
heard
it.
of?
But I've heard it forever, and it's actually like one of my. I want to. One of the movies I really like is not like in my top movies, but it's kind of, one of those movies that's like I like watching, and I watch it once every couple of years. It's called Death Sentence. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. It's not like a super well-known movie, but I think it's got what's his name? Is it Kevin Bacon?
Is it about an 18-wheeler?
No. It's called Death Sentence. It's basically what it is in the beginning of the movie they show that it's a guy driving with his sons, with actually one of his sons. No, both. He's driving with both his sons, and it's at night, and they're driving. They just got out of his oldest son's hockey game, and his oldest son won and whatever, and it was like a championship game or whatever. And they're like, this is the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
They're driving out and they're like celebrating. Oh yeah. And the dad sees a car coming like
Parallel?
opposite of him, and doesn't have his headlights on. So he's like, this guy doesn't have his headlights on. He's like flashes like, hey buddy, come on. Then he parks in a gas station, and he's like, I'm gonna pump gas. And what he doesn't notice is that car that he flashed at actually like a little further down the road busted a U-turn and came and started following him. He parked at the gas station. He's pumping gas. His oldest son goes in to buy something in the gas station, and that car comes in and parks. That car comes in the gas station, parks. They come out. They look at the dad, and they're like, they just mug him. Then they go inside, and they start robbing the store. They start robbing the store. And then while they're in there robbing the store, the son's in there, and the son's just kind of like, he's not doing anything. He's not trying to be a hero or nothing. He's just like, hey, like, Ed, please don't do nothing. And they take off, out of the three gangsters that are in there, they take off like one of them's ski mask, and he's like, it's your chance, you gotta do it right now.
Yeah.
And the kid has a machete, and he ends up slicing the kid's neck. And the dad sees it from outside the gas station. He just sees his son, blood squirting out. He runs in to try and save his son. They run off. And basically the story is about the dad getting vengeance. It's a dope movie. I like it.
Dang it, you messed it up for me. I was gonna say this sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
You messed it up by saying it's a dope movie. But anyway.
Oh,
I know.
But yeah, it starts off with that, and I think they got that from that myth of it's gang initiation to flash your lights at a car that doesn't have one on. But I think it's crazy. I'd still flash it though. Would y'all stop
Wait.
flashing your lights?
Oh no. I mean, cause
I don't know. I think twice about it though. Like I'm like, should I do
Have
it? I'm
you-
like, what if it's a gang? I'm like,
have
that's
you
not
ever
real.
done like
Gangs are real.
Have you ever brought the attention of a cop that's probably doing something wrong? Of a
No.
police car? I have. Well, and it was kind of like I was like I don't know why I did that. Like I was like, why did I just do that? But it was like it was like a shopping center type of thing. It was already late at night, but so they were like kind of closing or whatever. There weren't that many cars in the parking lot, whatever. But I was exiting the shopping center into the main street, but the cop literally pulled up in front of me and then just stopped, and so I was behind the cop just like this, waiting. And he had no signal light or nothing. He was just waiting. He was just chilling there. And I was like, I need to go. Can I go? Because that was the only exit to take the left turn. All the other exits are the right turn, right turn, right turn, right. So that's why I was waiting for that exit, and he wasn't going. And I was like, are you going? And I waited there for like a good 2 minutes, and I started I flashed my lights and nothing. And then I started honking a little bit and nothing. And then he came out. And then I was like, crap. And I pooped out my window. He's like, what's up? And I was like, you need to go. He's like, I'm waiting on you. He's like, I'm in an emergency. I'm waiting for somebody to pass through. And I was like, but I need to go. He's like, just go around. I was like, okay, if you're telling me to go around.
Goes around, he's like,
That's what I was afraid of though. I was like, man, I swear to God, if this guy sees me do something wrong, he's gonna get on to me. And I was like, man. But yeah, after I did it, I was like, wait, why did I just flash and honk to the cop? But I was like, I mean, for sure, he wasn't supposed to be like, I mean, I don't know their laws, for real, but he was, blocking an intersection without an emergency or lights or anything like that. So I was like, I need you to go so I can go. And I was kind of scared whenever he came out, though, because I was like, oh, man, he's going to arrest me for just flashing my lights and honking at him. I was like, this is dumb.
I don't think that's illegal.
But
9 out of 10 cops won't tell you they're in the wrong, though.
Yeah,
They
well-
won't be like, oh, well, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
exactly.
right,
That's why I was afraid of myself. That's why I was like, because this guy thinks that he's, of course, in the right. He's in an emergency or whatever. He come with an excuse, and of course, I mean, I was gonna be in the wrong. And
Already.
I was like, crap. But yeah, afterwards when I left, I kept on looking at my rear view mirror, waiting for him to come up. I was like, okay, good thing he has an emergency to go to. But I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I mean, any urban legend that you know of? Or, I got one.
I knew about the Goatman Bridge, but he already talked about it.
Oh, for
Wow.
That's the one I mostly know about.
okay. Then you should have.
You did no little research?
I put mine down, and then you put the New Jersey Devil. And I think
Yeah.
I
Which
talked
one did you know
yours.
about?
What would you
Oh, I
do?
have another one, yeah.
The Goatman
Oh
Bridge,
yeah, but then
that's
Sergio
good.
told me to say the story, and I was like,
Oh
okay.
yeah, I didn't know you had it, but yeah. I
No,
told
no, it's-
I told him to say about it.
Mine do
We're cutting that
research.
part out.
I do research on that, so I really ain't know.
So which one do you know about?
All right, so yeah, well, cause yeah, my urban legends, I don't really believe like whenever they say like I seen like a shadow or like an animal or creature like that thing like the Loch Ness monsters or Bigfoot thing like that. I was just like, oh well, that's cool. It's a story, so this and that, nasty. But and then. So when I was looking for urban legends, I was looking mainly for like the facts, like something that happened that created a legend or whatever, I wanted a story. I wanted to know background into it instead of just somebody saw, somebody heard, and something like that. But yeah, I got into the haunted house. There was a killing in that house with
The haunted house?
a haunted house.
Which haunted house?
But it was a haunted house in like Idaho or something like that. Idaho. But it's famous because even like ghost hunters and all that, investigators have gone and checked it out because 8 people died in that house. It was the 2 parents, 4 of their kids, and 2 of the kids' friends. And the kids were between the
I didn't hear
ages
that.
of 5.
That's
Yeah,
not
the
horror.
computer.
Yeah.
You guys hear that? I'm scared.
But
Do that.
so the story is that this family of 6 and then the 2 friends of the kids were from 5 to 12, so they were literally kids, like children, and they went to church on a Sunday morning, and they went to like pretty much what you do, what we do at church, and stay there the whole day. You know, they were celebrating something, and you know they had a party and they were celebrating there all day and whatnot. And
To cook paper.
they were participants of it, so they had to be there. And so anyway, they went home late at night, like at 9:30. So somewhere between 9:30 and 5 in the morning, that their neighbor came to their house. They were brutally murdered there. But yeah, they were killed with an axe, all 8 of them, and it said that apparently the killer was probably hiding in their attic because they found like and this is what I like about it, because it went into detail, and I want to know, like, I like getting those details. And it's like it said like he was in the attic just waiting because they found like cigarette butts in the attic, and the parents' bedroom was literally right after you exit the attic. And it said that the evidence showed that he literally went after the parents, got them because it's a two-story house. So he went after the parents on the second floor. He went after the 4 kids on the second floor. They were in their room. He went downstairs, got the 2 guest kids that were in the guest room, and then went back upstairs to the parents' room and smacked them more, because each
Smacked them?
hit them in the face. I don't know what you want me to tell them.
Wait, for real?
No, with
After he
not
murdered
with
everybody?
the smack, no, with the axe. He was hitting them with the back of the
this
axe.
is the Amityville, right?
I think
The
so.
Amityville house. This happened with Amityville horrors, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a story, but because it's famous. It's
Yeah.
really famous. Like I said, there's a bunch of books on it. There's like a bunch of things. There's different names
Yeah.
on it, and
I think it was that because I think I seen the movie. There's that.
yeah. So there's movies or books and all
I was like, oh, that sounds familiar.
I thought he
Oh, the
burned
axe.
everybody that went back up. Like, I'll show you. Smacked them.
Yeah, it's not a serious story at all, Luis. Now I want you to be serious. Now,
How long?
But,
How long ago did that happen?
oh, that was in the 1800s, like 1817 or something.
So my man was really in the attic, just waiting for the right.
Yeah,
moment.
exactly. So it
That's
was.
scary,
And
bro.
now here's the thing. Like, okay, so
They had cigarettes back then?
I'm sure they did.
What were cigarettes?
bro,
yeah.
they had cigarettes in World War One.
Facts.
World War One was 19.
Yeah.
They had cigarettes
14,
in Cold War.
What?
They had cigarettes.
Okay. I'm just over. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
anyways,
that's what they had at tobacco.
it's like,
like 1700s. They've been that.
yeah, pretty sure. But anyways, that's the story. I mean, that's what it says. So I don't know if it is. It's probably like paper cigarette. Anyways,
Yeah.
And what's up with that house now?
yeah. So now it's like a haunted house, and people go visit, and they see sightings and all these things. But the thing that I liked about it too is that the investigation. The reverend from that church actually confessed to the murder. Okay, he went. The cops interrogated him, and he confessed. So they took him to trial to the jury and stuff. But then one of the jury couldn't conclude a final thing, so the thing got nullified. They tried it again like 2 years after. But then again, something happened where he still didn't get convicted.
Double jeopardy.
Now, here's the thing. He wasn't the only suspect. There was other suspect because there was other murders around that place that it could have been a serial killer that in the mist. So that's the thing, like, and it was near a railroad. So there was other houses near other railroads with the same evidence, which was like all the mirrors were covered with curtains, all the windows, and then the axe was clean after the crime, and all these things linked up to like being a serial killer. And it's like, if it was a serial killer, why is that house being legend haunting? But if it wasn't, if it was a preacher,
So what's the urban legend here?
that the haunting of the house.
What's the name of the house?
I don't know what that.
Isn't there?
The haunt?
Is it the Amityville house?
I don't know, because it has
I think
different
that's
names.
Idaho. That doesn't.
It's because what I read was the House of Eight.
That's a bait.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. It's different names,
It's
and
on
then
file.
and they had links to different
So-
sources, different books of different.
The steakhouses.
So what's happened after that? Like the spirits inhabit the house?
Yeah, so that's what. Yeah, that's the legend or the theory now that there's ghost huntings.
I'm sorry.
And
I think there's a house like that in Texas here. I think me and Dennis talked about it. Why you only?
I don't know what you guys are doing.
No, the thing is like the house of thing. I looked it up. It's like steakhouse, and I was like steakhouse.
Ooh, laughing. I think there's a house like that here in Texas. I'm all talking to you about it, remember? Yeah, whenever you said there was like a hotel near that, and the hotel was also haunted.
The Mineral Wells.
Yeah, I think yeah,
Mineral Wells Hotel. Yeah, this is haunted.
it's a house. It's not the same over there. Look,
Yeah.
but that's why I don't talk.
Nah,
That's
we
why
can't
I
have a
don't
serious
talk.
now.
Bro, you better get canceled, dog. And speaking about getting canceled,
Oh yeah, cancel culture.
I wanted to bring up cancel culture.
okay, good, because I kind of want to talk something in the
And
midst.
random conversation put in the middle of that. But cancel culture.
Wait, first define cancel culture.
So, what I think it is, or what it means to me, cancel culture is social media, mostly social media, and people online declaring somebody to be canceled or declaring somebody that has done something that has been bad enough to say, for them to say, you know what, we're going to stop following this person, we're going to stop
Boycott.
supporting this person, we're going to kind of boycott this person. And not only that, but I think it even goes to the extent of people digging up dirt
Bad.
on this person that leads to the this you.
Yeah.
But basically people attacking people for things that they did wrong
And
and,
all
and
socials.
deciding that they're going to just destroy their platform
Yeah.
for it.
I feel like that affects most of
So,
celebrities than us normal people because we don't have nothing to lose.
Wow.
Like,
Well,
But-
I've
but-
seen a handful of people do something
Stuff
and,
like
and
that.
people end up looking up like where they go to school, where
Yeah.
they work, and some people have ended up getting
yeah, I mean,
on
any,
leave or
all those videos that you
suspended.
see people record,
Yeah.
people, like all those racism and stuff, they're normal
Yeah.
people.
like that, it's valid. Like, I get why you're doing it, but like Mr. Potato Head, bro, what is y'all doing? Canceling Mr.
Yeah.
Potato Head because it got Mr. on it.
So that's where I disagree with.
Stupid.
If somebody's done is like just out there
Yeah,
and
that's-
being blatantly racist or doing stuff, doing harming people and doing stuff like that, and some people want to decide to take revenge. I'm just. It's not that I'm against it. I'm just kind of like, well, I mean, hey, that sucks. I guess that's karma
Yeah.
for you. But when it's gotten to the point where, like he's saying, Mr. Potato Head, also
Aunt Jemima
like
thing or
yeah,
syrup.
Aunt Jemima. I don't know if y'all have heard about like Dr. Seuss being canceled.
Try to cancel Eminem.
You can't cancel.
I heard, I
You
was like,
can't
that's
cancel Eminem.
stupid.
But like Dr. Seuss starting to get canceled because he had
He was a racist.
yeah, because he was a racist back in the day. So them being like, we're not gonna like recat that. But them canceling Dr. Seuss, that is when I start having like a problem because I'm like, God, y'all are just so. Okay, let's say he was a racist, right? Back in those times when pretty much everybody was racist. I'm pretty sure you can look back and see Thomas Jefferson was racist. Abraham Lincoln was probably racist. George Washington was probably racist. Thomas Edison was probably racist. Einstein probably was racist at one time.
And the
or if
thing
not
is-
that,
yeah.
other things that they've done wrong. And the problem I have with it, that I've had conversations with people about, if you dig enough into anybody's past, everybody, whether they're celebrity,
There's something.
yeah, you're going to find.
Is that our door?
yeah.
Go, man.
That is our door. Go check
I'm not
the
gonna
door.
lie, bro. I'm looking.
Go check the door.
I don't think it will.
Unless.
There it goes. But I think, yeah, if you dig enough into anybody's past, you're gonna find something that they did that was questionable, maybe racist, maybe homophobic, even worse things. You're gonna find something in everybody's past that's horrible.
Yeah.
And I think when we take it to the level of, hey, let's pick and nitpick everybody, especially people like Dr. Seuss. And I'm not saying, hey, he wrote children's book, let the guy slide.
Yeah.
Okay, he did something horrible, cool. But to go to the point where it's like, we're not gonna have his books in elementary schools anymore or teach his nursery rhymes. It's like,
Now,
if you're gonna do that, you're good. Are you gonna end up, if you find something racist about Einstein, are we gonna stop studying math?
Yeah.
But,
Now with Dr. Seuss, the thing is, the people were people who were angry were actually trying to cancel like everything, but the publicists, the people who actually like removed the books, only removed like those certain books that like were racist.
That makes sense.
And the thing is, yeah, and that makes sense. And the thing is, the reason they were racist, it was because they were made during war. Like people were reading these books during the war, so they were not reading like good things about everybody. They were reading things about like racist thing about other people, you know.
Sure.
So that's what he was writing. He was, publicizing things about like, hey, the war is bad, or not the war, but these people are bad, and it's like it's acceptable during the timing, and that's why they like just removed those books and not like Ham and Egg and all those.
Yeah.
But yeah, the people that were trying to cancel, they're like, no, he did something stupid, and it's like,
But realize nobody had a problem until right now.
yeah.
But I feel like it's more. What I think now is it starts off as a joke, and then it just kind of people are just like they find it just kind of snowflakes into like something bigger, and then you have corporations that think of like, oh, this is like the public opinion that's been going on, so that's why it leads me. But it's really like,
I hate that because it takes so much attention away from real issues.
stuff. Yeah.
Because I think social media places like Twitter and all that have a butt ton of influence. They can if they would actually come together for like good causes, which they never will. I mean, they'll come together once in a while, but they could have so much influence on real issues that are going on. But because everybody wants to amplify every single little thing, and what is it? Is it I want to be known as one of the first people that's like, I stopped reading Dr. Seuss when I found out he was racist. Oh,
Right,
so
yeah.
Like,
That's a respect, fam.
Yeah.
You a legend for that
It's
one.
like the most recent one too, like the Burger King. I don't know if you saw that. The Burger King tweeted,
Oh, they said
women belong in the kitchen. It's like
They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were
I know.
They were catching attention for like the chefs that they chefs like we were trying to hire more women.
But then did you hear also too that they were only donating like $50,000 to, because they were only donating 25 to 2 females, and that they paid for advertising like over 500,000 like for advertise that they were gonna give out to scholarships or whatever the crap it was for 25,000, and they're like, bro,
But I liked the tweet. I thought it was funny.
you
'Cause
went
I'm like,
all
you
out.
You knew what you were gonna do. You were gonna get everybody's attention,
Attention.
and then
Right.
you were gonna put in the comment. And
But do you think that's a good
think
idea?
they're sexist.
No, but do you think that's a good marketing idea?
that because that's just that's them trying to cancel
Yeah,
themselves,
that's
but then
just
again
being-
they didn't get canceled.
Not being canceled, just being like kind of like edgy. Because that's supposed to be like
If you want, I guess, but it's
like
like
oh, being politically correct. Like,
But
oh,
nowadays,
when you
nobody-
think of Burger King, you don't think of like edginess.
No,
Right?
because Wendy's
That's
Twitter
like-
is the one that's supposed to be like
that
the edgy
whole
one.
roasty, yeah. But
yeah.
it was a UK one. It wasn't like
Oh,
it was the Burger King from UK. That's why it's.
That's
And
what-
they had like they apparently had like a history of doing that.
yeah, that they respond.
But I think that's what it is. Is like you have certain moments of people that kind of like escalate to being. It's like where they have like a public platform, and then people start like going into details. It's like, like I think the one I can think of right now is Brother Nature. It was like he started off with the canela and it was like he started off like kind of wholesome fitting thing, and then he kind of it escalated. But as soon as he became like huge, people were like, oh, he was 13 and saying the N word. And like we were like, oh, and then he got like beat up.
Yeah.
And then he got in a fight.
He
He got beat up?
Yeah. He got in
At a
fight.
restaurant or a bar? or
Yeah, he
something
was like
like that.
He started a fight.
He-
I think he was like drunk and she started a fight. And whenever
Okay.
they started finding out on social media, he's like, "Oh no, they beat me up because
Oh yeah.
blah blah blah."
Yeah, he
he was
started
acting the
off
victim,
saying-
and they realized that he started that fight.
And he still got beat up.
He got
And he
whooped.
got beat up.
Yeah, he was like, he was trying to be like a big shot type of thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
But-
you don't know who
but-
I am type of
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
I think that's what it
like, oh, you
is.
taking a picture of me? You know who I am? Blah
Yeah.
blah. blah.
Yeah.
And later on, it's like, nah, bro, they started punching me for no reason. Like, bro, you lying. He was a
And
liar.
that's why he also got canceled. Like, it's not, I don't know if there's a reason to get canceled, but it's like also lying to like
But yeah, I
fans.
think
so
that's
it's like-
mostly what it is. Like sometimes like some things get taken out of context, and it's just like escalates to.
And some things are just not necessary. Like I was saying for Mr. Potato Head, that's not necessary. Just
Oh.
people are too
yeah.
sensitive
But then again,
nowadays over like sexualism.
'Cause
But
I seen-
I think
stuff.
right. I think what the problem is it issues mostly with people like that don't have real problems in their life. like the mostly it just affects most. What I'm thinking
Yeah,
is going
'cause
to like white women.
that Mr. Potato Head is more gender based, and that's new too. That's not like racism. That's not like hate speech or what. That's
Yeah.
like gender. That's like
I don't agree with all that crap, like of them like just trying to push it on. But I'm like, to when it comes to that, I'm like, okay, release new movies, have people that
Yeah,
support
be
you, you
more-
know,
yeah.
release new
Let's
shows
move
wherever
forward
you
from
do
this.
that thing. Don't mess with the stuff that's
That already
already
happened.
there
Because Mr.
that makes you look like.
Yeah,
It makes you
yeah.
look like that person that okay, you just wanted to be included in this. If we're honest,
Like
you
the
weren't,
all life
included in any of
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
That's why we
just
gotta
leave it
move
alone.
forward. Yeah, we just gotta move forward like
Yeah.
that. With the culture.
Because also there's already like a Mrs. Potato Head, but also
Yeah.
there's like a
And you can
Toy
move-
Story. You could buy
Faces.
You're buying Mr. Potato Head because you're buying like the Toy Story Mr. Potato Head. So it's like you can't name him Mr.
Oh,
Potato
that's
Head
not right.
anymore.
Why is it a Mr. not a Mrs. What? Like,
Yeah,
bro, that's
and
not the point.
now it's just
Yeah,
Potato
Mrs.
Head
Joy
because
thing.
it can be anything. Like, why can't you have a mustache and a Miss Potato?
Yeah,
like you can.
but
This is
I
still Miss Potato.
I think this is like an issue that's with more of like the white women type. They have nothing else to worry about. That they just find something
For
to,
others.
yeah.
And also with the word woman, like Sergio was,
yeah, though.
or I mentioned the other time, the word woman.
Woman,
Like females are getting mad over that because it has the word men in it. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, there's the word men in it. What
Yeah,
the heck?
that's what I think is
like-
like.
that's
They
what
start calling them
Yeah,
woos.
it
That's
can't be
what I'm
spelled
saying.
woman. It has to be. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's like spelled
Womex.
Woo Wednesdays.
But that's what I'm saying.
Instead of
That's what,
woman,
I think it
that
starts off
you
as a
should play
joke.
with
I don't know
X.
if it's.
I don't think that's a
like
joke
I
because
think it's-
people are that sensitive
Yeah, because
nowadays.
it's also like this pretty much also kind of came from like the Latinx thing. It's like,
That's
oh, you can't be
stupid.
Latin or because it's like
That's
you're
Yeah. Do
being-
you okay,
it's
wait, let's
like-
talk about that. Do you think? Okay. Do you? Like
Nobody
Latinx
likes.
things?
Yeah, nobody likes Latinx.
Would you
I
rather
don't
be
know
called
what
a
Latinx
Latinx?
is.
Oh.
Just call me a Latino, bro.
Yeah, like
What-
Is that what they're calling
Hispanic,
Latinos
I don't
now?
know.
So like they were saying like you can't say because you know how Latino, Latina, it's like that's gender specific. So now it's Latinx for people. But
So
I
it's
thought that
making
was just
the-
stupid. I was like,
neutral.
yeah.
Call me D, bro. Call
But
me
that's
by
what
my
I'm saying,
name.
like-
That's it. That's what I think with everybody else. Call a person by their name. That's
Yeah, but my
it.
name's
Just
not
leave
this.
it at that. If your name's Samantha,
What about them
I
and
don't
they?
care if you identify as a man.
Yeah, what about them?
Sam.
They, she, her, she, we.
Hershey,
Hershey.
Should we do it again?
Reese's.
Peace.
Monkey, call me that now. New nickname alert.
Mon.
Key. Put some respect on it too.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a
¿Vas a
like
pelear Godzilla?
they
Huh?
¿Vas a pelear Godzilla? ¿Dónde vas con ese gorilón?
yeah, so that's like a new issue that people brought up. I don't know, or like it's like the gays were being attacked against or being attacked against, but they didn't discriminate against. Yeah, there you go. But it's still they weren't really fighting for like people to be like all them to be
Walk
included
around,
like
the eggshells around them.
yeah, like they were still considered themselves gays. Like they were still considered themselves bis or lesbians. Like that was all three. It wasn't like, oh, I'm like this race with this age.
I'm a
this
wolf.
yeah, like I come up with my own. Yeah, exactly. It's like that's just come
I
on, man. Whether you
identify as a
like
wolf.
men's and women or whether you like the opposite, like that's
Women and
yeah. Bye.
Next.
But okay, back to cancel culture. What's the other thing?
But yeah,
I think cancel culture. I think everybody's come to the idea like everybody makes mistakes.
so
everybody has
okay,
mistakes.
so that's my question now. Like,
And-
so how would
I don't know.
how do you handle being canceled? Like, how would you handle it? Like, do you accept it?
Depends on what-
Go?
It has to be. Yeah,
First of
okay,
all,
if it's a big
you
mistake,
ignore
okay,
it.
like say you really screwed up, like you really like done something else like really wild, like man up to it, like or come to okay, I've learned from that mistake, I've grown from that mistake, I've moved from that, like I've changed my ways from that, like that's what it's supposed to do, and then apologize.
Like recently, there was a basketball player. He was streaming on Twitch, and he said a slur against Jews.
Myers Leonard.
Yeah, him. And Julian Edelman, which is an NFL receiver,
Running them on Twitter, yeah.
he wrote out a note about saying, look, like we know it's not your intention, blah blah. Like that's the way we're supposed to handle things. Not
Yeah.
just cancel somebody because they made a mistake.
Yeah, like
And
immediately
he ended
attacking that person.
He ended up saying like,
Bro.
even if it wasn't your intentions, you because of the platform you have, you're held responsible for this.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's not shifting the blame. You're wrong in this scenario. But if you're ignorant to this fact and you need to learn more, and he invited him to dinner. He's like, hey, come to
let's
Miami,
talk
let's go
about
out to dinner, let's talk. Let me inform you.
Yeah,
That's
what
the
I
way
think it
things should be
taken.
handled, bro. Not just you're canceled, bro.
Yeah.
Let's call you a job.
But
You have no job, not no
yeah,
future.
but I think now, I don't know. Well, I feel like it should be taken more as a joke because everyone makes mistakes, bro. Like, just
Yeah, but
you can't really hold. Like, I understand you have to hold someone accountable, but
Yeah, there you go.
like
I think the thing is,
You
for a long,
can't-
what I do agree with is for a long time, especially celebs weren't being held accountable for a lot of things.
A lot of people were
And I
getting
think
away with
now
a
they've
lot.
gotten, and just like, I mean, where this generation is at, everything always has to go to the extreme. They're to the point where like, no, we're holding everybody accountable for everything you did, everything.
it's not me, dog.
Everything, everything that you've done, we're holding everybody accountable. We're
Yeah.
canceling everybody for everything.
Yeah,
It's like,
I think it was most like it started with like the Me Too movement, and then it was like sexual accusations against men, and then like everything is then we found out this person's racist too,
There
and
was
it's like
snowball
oh,
effect,
snap, and it's like everybody started
Now
bringing
the
out the threat on
Karens and
everybody.
the whole-
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
because
why
now
I think-
Karens are being canceled
that's
too.
why I think it's mostly just grown from like social media. It's like it's really just that's why, and then like people don't really go on social media to be
supportive.
I don't go on social media to be serious. I mean, I go around to just mess around and like put random crap,
Same.
So that's why I feel like it's
I
just
think you do
context
to a
of
certain
things.
extent. If you have some kind of platform to understand, and I was actually talking to somebody about that the other day, because they were telling me that like you don't have a huge platform, but to a certain extent you have
There's
somewhat
some
of a
people
platform.
looking.
So because I've been told by some of my friends at times like, hey dog, you joke around too much sometimes. And I mean, I'm coming to terms that I'm man enough to say, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Sometimes I joke
Cross the
around
line.
way too much, and I can cross the line sometimes. And I mean, you call me out on it, probably then and there I'll be like, oh, you're stupid. Don't talk to me. But give me a day or
Right,
two,
yeah,
and I'll
think
come to
about it.
terms with it.
Yeah.
I think it's about knowing that, and if you're gonna hold somebody accountable, if they have a platform, hold them accountable to the
Yeah.
point where I mean, there is a consequence to it. To where you're not just letting it slip by, but you're not taking it to the extreme side, because all you're gonna get with that is you're gonna generate hate.
Yeah.
You're just
What
gonna
I
generate
think
hate.
I think we should be well, I mean, something I learned, this is like a thing from the Bible, is like if someone's doing wrong, take it up to them personally,
Mhm.
and then once if they continually doing something wrong, take it up, like bring someone like as a witness, be like, look,
Yeah.
I have a witness, and then that's when it kind of. But I feel like when it's like that, they should be taken as a one-on-one first. Be like, look,
Most people
kinda
won't do
like,
that because most people, especially nowadays,
They just want to.
as much as they act like they're about that conflict,
Yeah, they
they're
just
not.
want to grab that.
They
that
don't.
clout.
Yeah, a lot of people
Just want
don't
credit.
like
Yeah.
to pull a person to the side and tell them one-on-one, hey, this is what I think, this is what I feel, I think you're wrong in this area. If you don't, let me know. If you do, then hey, we can work on it. I can help you out. Most people don't want that one-on-one conflict, and especially because it's the internet. It's like, hey, I'll post a
That's
comment.
that's the,
Everybody will
first,
back me
bro.
up.
because everyone doesn't take the internet seriously. That's what I think. That's the issue, is that it's social media, so people don't really take it seriously. But it's the corporations now seeing that this is the public opinion,
And
because that's their way of contact with that's the way they see us.
Yeah, and
Hardcore.
also
Yeah.
and also like the conflict comments and all those hate comments are literally the ones that get liked the most and always like the top. And,
Heck, is it not that serious? They're just
Yeah.
saying it, just joke around.
Yeah,
to see
so
how
people look
stupid
at it and they
social media
laugh.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
and
this
it's
is
like
funny.
something stupid, and they like
but
it.
then somebody else
And it's just gross.
somebody else sees it and they're like, oh, you're attacking this person. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
wait, hold
Yeah,
up,
for that, it
bro."
just shows how stupid things have gone to like
Yeah,
to
that's
a
what I
point
think
where
is
it's like,
most-
bro,
Yeah, I think
if you take this serious, you got a problem.
Go outside.
And
That's
it's a
grass.
huge group of people that just want to be inclusive. They want to include
Yeah.
themselves in everything. Like I've seen something going on TikTok a lot. It's been a handful of videos now I've seen where like blacks will make Hispanic jokes and come at Hispanics. Like somebody posted imagine being Mexican the whole time the dude's like put like a song and his stroke lights on. It's just like. And Mexicans hit up his comment section and they were making racist jokes to him too. But
Yeah.
I think that person that posted it, I don't know them at all. But I would like to think that person that posted it and the people commenting know he's like, hey, this is play fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, to extent, we're using stereotypical
Yeah, yeah,
comments.
but
and
it's funny.
Yeah, we're
That's how
being
we
funny
joking.
and we're attacking each other.
Yeah,
Joking.
yeah.
You'll have
So-
other people go in and comment and be like,
These comments
neither
are
one of you
so-
are wrong. Like, this comment section doesn't pass the vibe check. Or like, oh my god, why would you guys say all
Like,
this
bro,
racist
like,
stuff?
you're the problem.
Yeah,
with
and it
social-
creates this
with
whole
social
like, bro,
media.
if you didn't think it was funny,
Yeah,
move
mind your
on,
business.
bro.
That's- yeah,
move
like,
on.
just keep scrolling.
delete
like,
the app.
Yeah,
You
like-
don't have the app.
Like there's this one video that is just like a guy cooking. He's cooking like a chicharron, like thing that you put inside the oil and it like starts
Yeah,
growing.
chicharron,
And,
yeah.
yeah, so it like and there's some background music saying like
That kind of
I'm doing
like
some
Battle Pass.
I'm doing some Mexican crap, and then like the racist music, like the
Cucaracha.
typical, yeah. And it's like all the comments is like, this sound is racist. This sound is racist. And my comment is like, bro, that oil needs to be hot before you place the chicharron. Because it was literally just soaking in there with the oil. And I was like, bro, you need to heat up that oil before you. and people like that one, but all the other comments were like, this sound is racist. This sound is racist. And I was like, bro, like.
But I think now what I've seen a lot is a lot of people. Like Mexican Americans are more offended than I feel Mexicans are. Because we're Mexican, and like our family's Mexican. Like we were around Mexican culture, but what I feel like now it's and like we talk about Mexicans all like it's cool, but I think the people that are most affected, like that are more like I don't know, this affects more or this bothers more, is like the people born here. That's what they just
second,
they're
third
just
gens.
sensitive. Yeah, they just been more sensitive.
It's,
So.
everybody.
It is social media, I think.
Always gotta be inclusive.
The
Always gotta be-
Latinx people.
Yeah, offended about
Latinx.
something.
Jesus Christ. When I first heard that, I was like, that is stupid, bro. Like, I was like, I'm cool with like being inclusive, like, you know, being PC or whatever, but Latinx, like, I was like, that sounds stupid. Like, no
Women,
offense.
you can't call women women anymore.
Like, just say Latin.
Like,
Why
how
can't
did we
just
get
say
at
Latin?
this point? Like, how did we get here? Like, to the point where everybody's sensitive, everybody has a problem with something.
Mark my words, but sooner or later they're gonna cancel the word dog. And I
And
call a lot
Mr.
of people
Clean.
dog.
Hey, what's up, dog?
Hey, dog.
Well,
You're calling
dude.
her a dog now?
Bro,
You're calling
dude,
him a dog
bro.
now?
Yeah.
You know what that means in my country?
Have you seen the dogs in my
That sounds like something, that's something that
I guarantee you they'll cancel it eventually.
And Mr. Clean's just gonna
But
be
okay,
clean.
but that goes to what do you like you like
Mr. Clean's just gonna be clean. Stupid.
I don't know, like
Drip. Mr. Drip.
Not Mr. Food.
Now, Mr.
X
Drip X.
Clean drip.
Mr. Clean.
Ice in my veins.
Bro, Triple X had it.
Yeah,
correct
but like
the
some-
whole time.
okay.
Triple H. I said Triple X.
But I don't think you could switch like yeah, that's dumb. Switching Mr. Potato Head. Why don't you just make like another one? Like,
Yeah, make it known.
Or maybe don't complain about it. Just
move
let it
on.
be.
Yeah, does it
Just
really
make
matter?
a potato.
The animated potato guy.
You got
And
a
there's
problem
a
with
thing-
that?
That's what matters right now.
That's yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I
It's
feel.
gonna be
That's what I feel like is mostly like.
It's just
white women
America, bro.
complaining.
That's
what
the
I feel-
thing. It's America.
That's what I feel
Rest
like
of the
it's
countries,
mostly-
they're just minding their own business.
Well, because
They're just being
you know,
racist.
also, well, now it kind of
They're just being
it
misogynistic.
kind of backfired too on the corporate trying to be like woke because the Looney Tunes remakes was being
The skunk.
canceled too.
Why?
The skunk.
Well, because
Oh,
not the
oh,
skunk, not
Pepe
necessarily.
Le Pew,
the-
Le Pew.
But that was kind of rapey. Though.
Wait, no, yeah, that and
Was he
because
It's an
or
old
was it
cartoon.
directed?
And
Like,
because-
who watches Pepe Le Pew now?
yeah, but it wasn't that.
No,
It was
but
that's
it's-
not my reason. It's because they PG the bunny girl. The-
Oh, Lola.
Yeah, so it's like they try to, and everybody's mad at that. Now, they don't care about the skunk. They're like, yeah, the skunk.
The
is-
thing, I think what I saw is like they showed like she went from this to the new
Yeah.
one, but the old picture that they used
Is
was already
fan
like,
art.
like a fan art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it
something
wasn't
more
real.
sexualized. It was
Yeah,
like from the actual movie.
But still, the movie clip still does show her like
yeah, but okay.
they still
uniform-
did lower her like
At
even
that
though
point,
that
don't
fan
even
art
blame
was-
the cartoon. Blame
Bro,
the director
the
or the
cell, bro.
sketches.
And this is the thing. So yeah, it like kind of backfires. They're trying to be woke and they're like, oh, we're gonna not make it.
I don't have a huge
That's
problem with
sexist.
that because I'm just like whatever.
Everybody's
But
like,
I think I think people
bad.
just had the problem because they were. I think it was just men that had the issue. They were like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
nah.
But it's
Thirsty.
like,
But it's like, bro, it's a
exactly.
cartoon.
It's childish. And why are you rewatching
Why
it
is it-
for Lola? Like,
Yeah, bro.
exactly.